Sorry, part 3 of the video. Usually I can talk, no interruptions, but is my boss coming back? Oh, thank God. Okay, let me wrap this up. Be careful what you pray for. God, what are you doing? God, let me achieve 3 very significant things. Labor Day 2024. I did a check off of something on the bucket list. I went to the parade. Yes, 5 people got shot and 1 died. And I knew probably there would be violence and even death, but I still said I'm going. Tens of thousands of people were there. And all of us turned out to be okay except 5 people. 1 of them died. Straight up. You know what I said? Because the angel be on one shoulder and the devil be on the other shoulder. And the devil said, when you heard the news, you know what the devil said? 5 people got shot and 1 died. I hope it was your husband. Yeah, I said that shit. Yes, the fuck I did. Was he the one that got shot? Was he the one that fucking died? Thank you, karma gods, thank you. But it wasn't him. And was it his whale? Was it his 300-pound whale? Should she have been shot and he died, I wouldn't have dropped a motherfucking tear. That's where I'm at. Yes, that's where I'm at. You don't take God's gift, hawk mucus shit, and spit it in his face. I am God's child. You did me dirty. Dirty. I don't give a fuck about you're not alone. You're not the only one who's separated, whose husband cheated on you. I'm not trying to hear that. I'm trying to hear what happened to me. The whole time I slept with the devil and did not know it. Some people was using the word narcissist. You was with a narcissist. I was with the devil. And he has a woman right now. Is she saying, let me leave him alone, he's married? Nope. You ain't going back to that bitch. You got me, the whale. And on the bench, he did look a little chubby, so they be getting they eat on. They be getting they motherfucking eat on. Go ahead, eat artificial flavors, artificial colors, preservatives, swine, pork on the motherfucking fork. Yeah, I eat pork too. You can't bypass the pork. It's in everything. Diabetics who get insulin, they put the swine, pork, and pork byproducts in the insulin. It's in your toothpaste, it's in your cookies, it's in your cakes. Chris Rock did a stand-up comedy and the gist of what he has said made a lot of sense. He said, so I'ma die and get judged by God, and God is gonna say, you was a mass murderer. I'm paraphrasing. You was a mass murderer, a killer, a rapist. You was all of these bad things and you harmed many people's lives. What do you got to say about yourself? But I didn't eat pork bacon, Father. And that made a lot of sense. People think because they don't eat pork or indulge in pork byproducts that guarantees and ensure them the pearly gates of heaven. No, it doesn't. You was being demonic while you was eating poultry and fish and beef. When Chris Rock broke that down like that, I relapsed. I ate pork rind, pork rind potato chips. I remember eating those 50 years ago when I was 7. I stared in the bodega and the potato chip section and said, eat it, eat it. If you eat it, you're going to die. Just like Eve with the apple type shit. I stayed away from it. I caved in. I did it. I did it with my husband. We in Atlantic City chilling in Skyline Tower. Don't tell the kids. Please don't tell the kids. Take it to the grave. You gonna smoke a joint with your husband? No. I've been in Narcotics Anonymous. I haven't touched a drink or a drug in years. I would, but you wouldn't take it to my grave. You would let everybody know. I relapsed on swine, but I did not relapse on weed, crack, cocaine, Bailey's liquor, and anisette liqueur. No. Or Newport cigarettes, Cool 100s as a substitute. Steal my mother's cigarettes when I ain't got no Newports. Ain't nobody gonna say in 42 years they saw me smoking a cigarette, and ain't nobody gonna say in 28 years that they saw me with a drink or a drug, but they might say they saw me eating some motherfucking swine. Whether it was in a cake, a cookie. The pork rinds that I did buy was not the name brand that I see in the store. It was a different brand. It didn't even taste good. I was like, you mean to tell me after almost 50 years it don't taste? Because it wasn't that brand. I forgot the name of the brand that was popular in the bodegas. This one was in, what was that store? Some knockoff supermarket store. Anyway, it wasn't the same brand, so that's probably why it tasted different. Like Libby's corned beef tastes better than them other cans of corned beef. So the Libby's can is $8.99 and the other can is $4. You said, let me buy the $4 can, and then when you cook it the way you do cook Libby's corned beef can, the shit don't taste right. It's different. So I will pay the extra $4.99 for the corned beef that I do want. And I have not actively pursued the pork rinds, but McDonald's sausage, egg, and cheese McMuffin, McDonald's breakfast platter that comes with the sausage and the hot cakes. Do you want hot cakes or no hot cakes? Give me the hot cakes. It comes with the patty sausage. That's about as far as I go with the swine. Now, Grandma one time sent me to the Chinese restaurant. She wanted spare ribs tips with the fried rice. And get what you want. Okay, I got me shrimp fried rice. I wasn't active on the swine like that back then when Grandma sent me. But when the Chinese people gave me the food and I was bringing it back to Grandma's house, that odor of them spare rib tips with the barbecue was smelling good. But I didn't eat it. But then, we talking a good 4 years ago, I'm in the house by myself. I ordered Chinese spare rib tip barbecue. Was not impressed. It might have smelt good, but it ain't taste good. So, if these things was tasting good, I might have still been indulging. To be honest with you, at one point, swine to me was tasting delicious, but it don't taste the same no more. It don't. Even the little sausage patty at McDonald's ain't all of that. It ain't like, ooh, this shit is slamming. Could y'all give me an extra sausage with the breakfast plate? I don't do all of that because it ain't all of that to do. Grandma lived to be 91 years old. 91 years old. Pork was always on her fork. If I want what other people got, I got to do what other people do. Can I live to be 91 then make pork not a major, but make pork part of my diet? So if it's in the cookies and if it's in the cake and if I'm at McDonald's and I want breakfast, that's it. But I'm proud of myself. 42 years, no nicotine. 28 years, no weed, no woolly. Crack in the weed, no woolly. No more Bailey's Irish cream and no more anisette liqueur. Those is two delicious drinks. They are delicious. Narcotics Anonymous said if I drink that, I done threw away. This November will be 29 years. I would have thrown it away. And just for today, I don't want to throw that away. So, God, what are you doing? Be careful what you pray for. I prayed for this gentleman to somehow, you let me bump into him 5 years ago on the train. Let me bump into him again, Father. This was my prayer. Father, let me bump into him. Because even though we had that blowout, and we both was very angry with each other about the issue that we was angry about prior to that blowout, he had love for me and I had love for him. And if my husband was not in the picture, he would have been in the picture. So, after 18 years of marriage, the marriage is probably over and done. God let me bump into this man. He said, come to my house. I said, I'm under anxiety because I don't go to people's houses I don't know. You with me, you with me, you with me. I said, okay. And I went to his house and we walked back to the beginning of the parade strip, which is either Rochester or Buffalo Avenue or Eastern Parkway. And when me and him was walking, that's when I saw my husband and his 300-pound whale. I said, oh my goodness, that man on the bench looked like my husband. He said, are you serious? I said, you think I see him all the time? I don't see him all the time, but that's him. Wait, let me get closer because I am blind. And I got closer, and sure enough, me and him saw my husband and his 300-pound motherfucking whale. So if that replaces me and makes you happy, part of me is still hurt. It didn't matter if she was Orca the whale or the winner of the Miss Universe pageant. She still had the power to erase 28 years of my work that holds no weight. For him to say, I'm committed to my wife. I'm angry with her, but she's still my wife. We're going to stick this out and work it out. He's like, fuck that bitch. You my woman now. Okay, don't call me, don't bother me. I went to my friend that I haven't seen in 5 years, that we had a relationship before I was married. During one of my off periods of the 28 years I was with my husband, which wasn't my husband, was my boyfriend at the time. I went with this man to his house and we picked up the fuck where we left the fuck off. Yes, indeed. I said, can I get in the shower? Maybe I better get in the shower. And I couldn't even get to the shower. Homeboy, we slept with each other. And he made love to me. And he did not care whether I showered or not. He cleaned me. The soap and the water didn't have to clean me. He licked me clean. Yes. Am I rushing? I told him I don't want to rush nothing. I tried for 2 years and 2 months, and my husband let me know what time it is. So God showed me something, and you don't have nobody. I don't have nobody. We both said that we wanted God to find us, and we found each other, and that was it. So, who is this person at this door? So be careful what you pray for. God answered my prayers and let me bump into this person again. God answered my prayer that not only did I bump into him, he's a single man, and he made beautiful love to me. And God let me see that my husband was a liar. It was somebody else, and I got to see at least her left side of her body, her right side of her body, and the back side of her body. I did not see her face. I don't want to see her face in my head. He let me see that, and he let me achieve a check on the bucket list, go back to the parade. So I went back to the parade, and I'm glad I went. To all of those people who represented their flags, we are all enslaved Africans, born where the boat dropped us the fuck off and dropped our ancestors off. So go ahead and rep what England colonized, what France colonized, what America colonized, what Belgium colonized, what Germany colonized, what Italy colonized. At the end of the day, we're all enslaved Africans. So we are the diaspora, and we showed our beautiful, beautiful race on display every Labor Day in Brooklyn on Eastern Parkway Strip. So, Father, I don't know what you're doing. When I get off work tonight, I won't be hanging out in the locker room. Don't go home, because by the time you get home, you got to get right back up and come right back here. So just stay in the locker room on the 2 chairs and take a nap. No, I told my friend, I'm coming tonight after work. I can't stay long. I gotta get back up and come back. But I wanna be with you. He said, come, baby, come, and I'm coming. And probably what he gave me Labor Day, sexually speaking, emotionally speaking, mentally speaking, psychologically speaking, he's gonna hit all those spheres. He's gonna contribute to the well-being of all of those spheres aforementioned. Oh man, I can't wait for midnight. Thank you, Father. And now I will really be prepared to let my husband fully go, because somebody is digging me as I am digging him, as we have dug each other in decades past. He spoke to me on the bench me and him was sitting on before we bumped into the bench my husband and his whale was sitting on. He said, how long did we know each other? It's at least 25 years I've known him. And he said he's always had a spot in his heart for me, and I said the same thing. I told him I don't want to be like Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck, that they knew each other decades ago, reunited, and 2 years later, Ben Affleck can't stand the bitch. I want out of this marriage. Do you know how fucked up, humiliated he did J-Lo? And I'm not a J-Lo fan. I'm a woman fan. You did her dirty. She told the world, out of all of the niggas I was fucking with, this was the main one that set my heart on fire. So yes, I got twins, children, and yes, I've been married 3 times, and yes, I've had 7 boyfriends, but it was you, Ben. And Ben dumped her ass. 2 years. Jeezy dumped, what's her name? Jeannie Mai. 2 years. How you get tired of somebody in 2 punk years and say that's it? You don't try and save it or work it or nothing. Maybe you should have did the same thing 2 years after J Mel. Your husband. No, you stuck and stayed. Even in the 8th, 9th year when the nigga's entitled to have, he was still showing his ass. You said, girl, end it now. You could have ended it and just been friends. He wouldn't have been entitled to your Social Security, nothing. Now you over that hump, 18 years, this nigga get half your shit. And you got some shit to give. Why? So him and his whale can enjoy it? They already enjoying the 28 years of work I put in. He's a motherfucking leech, demonic leech. I've given him everything I've given him. I don't want to give him nothing else. Thank you, Father. How many women at 59 get another shot at love? Why is these people coming to the window? I'm not answering this door. Who gets another shot at love? You gave me another shot. And because me and this man already has history, it's been a minute. It has definitely been a minute, but we both committed to a future together and see how it goes. I'll end this video and thank you, Father. You showing me something. I don't know exactly. It's on the favorable plane, not the unfavorable plane. God, what are you doing? I have answered your prayer. I have heard your pleas, your dreams. And me and this man, stay tuned, stay tuned. That's it, I'm out.